Podcast for you today. It is Thursday, and normally we're joined by my beautiful wife, Kelly Girl, but Kelly Girl will not be making it to the show today. We have a real hurricane barreling down on us. Right now, it looks like it's coming to Cabo. It's changed 50,000 times in the last week, but right now it looks like it's coming to Cabo. So Kelly Girl's very busy getting the outside kitty secured. She's got a lot of stuff to do right now, so she's not going to be able to make the show today. Unfortunately, no Kelly Girl today, gang. It's just going to be you and me. No Kelly Girl because of this big hurricane, and I'll show you a little bit more about the hurricane here in a little bit. I see a few of you sending in some questions for Kelly Girl, and I thank you all very, very much. And she would love to have been here. But to be perfectly honest, this is going to be Kelly's first go-round with the hurricane. The last couple of hurricanes that have hit Cabo, Kelly was at her mom's house, or she was up at my dad's house. So she hasn't seen one yet, and this one looks like it's going to come. So she loves old rock and roll, Tim. She loves old rock and roll. Marley's fired up. He doesn't know what's about to happen. The kitties don't know, but if you want, take a look at the weather here. We'll show you here. I got a couple of pictures I downloaded for us. Let's check it out. This is what's coming. If you go on windy.com, you can see it too. But this is what it looks like, gang. Check this out. There it is on Saturday morning. And if it just makes a tiny little right-hand turn, the eye will hit us square in the mouth. This is what it looks like tomorrow. It's kind of just hanging out there, and then Saturday it comes right in on Cabo. That's what it looks like right now. That's what's got everybody down here a little nervous, a little worried. We have a big, giant swell already hitting the coast. So my wife is making sure that everything's going to be okay for the animals and for me and for everybody. So she's not joining us today, so I'm sorry, but I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability, and I'll answer the questions that you have for my beautiful wife. And we'll see what we can come up with as far as the show goes. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show. And those of you that have sent these questions in and asked these questions, and you can't figure out how to do the stars, and you can't figure out how to do the tips on YouTube, you're asking, can you Venmo? Right there on the top right-hand corner of our show is a direct Venmo for Kelly Girl. So if you feel like you want to grab that QR code right up there in the top right-hand corner, you just grab it with your phone, whammo, and it takes you right to Kelly's Venmo, and you can send us a nice tip. Let us know you appreciate the show and everything we do for you. There it is. Bam. Bam. Oh, let me see if I can get it. Let's see if it works for me. Yep. It works. So it works. So, Kelly Girl's very busy getting everything ready, but she's on the show. She's seeing what's going on while she's out getting everything ready. So if you have a question, you can send it in on the Facebook app while you're watching us live here, and she'll try to answer that if she can. And I'll do the very best I can to talk about what's going on down here today and what's the possibility of what could happen. Well, they're calling for a phenomenal amount of rain. So that being said, I've made some videos the last couple of months of when it rains down here. There's nowhere for the water to go anymore. They overbuilt this town like crazy, and all the hills and everything that used to have places for the water to go, now there's no place for the water to go down here. So it makes a giant mess every time it rains. And if we get the rain they're calling for this little hurricane, it could be unbelievable. So Kelly Girl's out going to get stocked up on food and water and stuff. Get ready. I don't know How bad it's going to be or how good it's going to be, we don't really know. But the worst thing you could do is not be prepared, right? That would be dumb. So we have a beautiful big generator. We got 15 gallons of gas for the generator. All three of our cars are totally fueled up. We got as much water as we can hold in our house, bottled water and stuff. Kelly's just getting some food for the cat. We don't know. To be perfectly honest, it's coming. Like I showed those of you that are just jumping on here, you probably didn't see. I'll show you again what I'm talking about. This is what it's going to look like on Friday. Right now, I just took these pictures. That's it setting down off the coast tomorrow morning when we wake up. And then Saturday at about 12 o'clock, it shows it showing up here in beautiful Cabo San Lucas. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how much damage or if it's even going to show up. More will be revealed tomorrow. Where do I get these great pictures? Where do I get these great shots from? Windy.com. So check out windy.com if you want to track this hurricane with Kelly and I. There's another website, EB Mike. And if you go over there, it shows it coming right into Cabo San Lucas. It doesn't even show it glancing off. It shows it just coming straight into Cabo. So we'll see what happens. We're all going to find out together. Tomorrow on the show, when I got my sister Donna on here and Jim Holden, and we're doing the Fish for Life. But here's that's what it looks like right now on EB Mike, coming right in and glancing off of Cabo and then shooting over to the mainland. But every map shows it going a different way, so I don't know what to believe. I just know that the best thing to do would be to make sure that you're prepared. But tomorrow's show, we'll have a really good look at what's going on. It'll tell the story tomorrow, so pay attention to your Windy app and pay attention to the show. And don't forget, tomorrow's going to be incredible with the Fish for Life, Jim Holden and my sister Donna Kalis joining us, talking about Fish for Life and the great organization and all the great things that they do for special needs children. And if you want to get involved with Fish for Life, there's the QR code right there. They need donations from everybody. You'll see more about it tomorrow on the show. It's a phenomenal organization, and they do so much for children. And yeah, you just want to make sure you're a part of that tomorrow. You don't want to miss that show. And Kelly Girl's favorite music is old rock and roll, I think. Right, Kelly Girl? Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. The Bisbees is a big mess right now. They're pretty much everyone's saying they're going to call off the little Bisbees. And then the big Bisbees right now, according to the email I got this morning, Dave, they're going to bring it down to a 2-day instead of a 3-day tournament. But right now they're thinking the little Bisbees won't be happening. There's two Bisbees, the big Bisbees and the little Bisbees. And so I'm just looking up stuff. They're thinking it may have to, real good chance the little one won't go because of this hurricane. There's a lot of money and a lot of people. A lot of people travel down here. This is probably the very most busiest time of the year down in Cabo. It's tournament time. We just finished up the Los Cabos Billfish tournament. Nice cup. Yeah. Isn't that Casey Carter? Thank God I got that off your boat. But it's tournament time down here, so the town is packed with people. Hotels are packed. Everything couldn't be worse for a hurricane to come into Cabo right now. It is crazy mayhem. If you're thinking about flying out of here Saturday, you may have to change your flight. If you're thinking of coming in on Saturday, you may have to change your flight. It's a mess right now. Nobody really knows exactly what's going to happen. More will be revealed tomorrow. My good buddy Casey that's on watching the show right now, he'll tell you everything's variable. Everything's subject to change at any given second. Anything could change at any given second. We'll see what happens here. We're all going to find out together tomorrow. I want those of you that are watching, though, there's an easy app to watch. There's a very easy app to watch, and it's called windy.com, and you can see what's going on with the hurricane. On Saturday, gang, we're going to do a special live show. Kelly Girl and I will get in the truck and go drive around and see what's going on. We'll go live from Cabo. We'll have the real news, because I remember the last hurricane that came in here, that one that came up the coast and ended up coming into California. The news wasn't real. The things they were showing weren't real. I don't know where they got all that footage, because Kelly and Girl and I were on the beach and we were trying to figure out where they were getting these videos from. So we're going to go live on Saturday with you. If you want to see something spectacular, tune in on Saturday for our live show. We're going to start at noon. We're going to be mobile. We're going to be driving around. We'll see how the internet works, being mobile in the hurricane, but we'll do our very best to show you. May only be live on Facebook, may only be live on YouTube. It all depends. We'll try to do it the best we possibly can to show you what's really going on down here. So stay tuned for that on Saturday, because if you look, it shows it coming in here on Saturday around noontime. What do you think, Casey? Do you think that? Marty Wakefield, you never called me. Did you catch any squid? Was there any squid to catch? Yeah, thank you, Devo. Thanks, Tommy Gomes. Oh my gosh, Tommy Gomes, can you be on the show next Friday? I was going to call you. You're watching, bitching. If you could be on the show next Friday, we can talk about lobster fishing. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. You did catch squid. You didn't call me. We could have sold a bunch of squid to our members. They all want to go catch a sea bass at Catalina. But Tommy Gomes, I'd love to have you on the show, talk about this lobster thing, talk about US. You just got done finishing up season 4. I want to hear all about the show. I want to hear all about everything. Gang, we got some really, really cool people watching the podcast right now. I'm pretty excited. I better do a really good job. But we got a big hurricane coming, gang. That's big news. Big news. Big news. That's why my beautiful wife's not with us. I know a lot of you wish that you didn't have to stare at my ugly mug right now, but you got me. And we're going to do our best we can to answer any questions that any of you may have. You want to send us in any questions? It would be great to hear what you have to say. I'm standing by. Marley's all fired up. He just had some mashed mango. He's ready to go. We got questions coming in. We got a few things going. Bisbees right now, it looks like they're going to cancel the little Bisbees and maybe cancel one day of the big Bisbees. We will see what this hurricane does. That's what we'll do next Thursday, Devin. We'll have Kelly Girl tell the whole story. It's a great story, so we'll have Kelly Girl tell the whole story. All right, Pablo, thank you very much. We'll get the whole story about Kelly's world record lobster. Yep, it was a nice one, 18 3/4 pounds, gang. We showed some pictures of that the other day when we were, let's see if I might have that picture. Those of you that want to see, let's see if we still have that picture on here. No, we do not. Captain Dave accidentally erased it already. Yep. I think I got it on my phone, though. Let me see. Gang, if you got some questions, send them in. 949-374-0786. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I know you're bummed my beautiful wife's not with us, but we'll get around that. We'll get it. We'll get it going here. We'll get it going. Just send me in some questions. Let's do this. There, Kelly Girl just sent it in. She's always right there for me. There it is, gang. Look at that. Now, I know you caught way bigger. I know that. but you forgot to tell anybody. That's Kelly Girl's world record lobster, 18 3/4 pounds. She gave it to the aquarium in Long Beach, and that kind of put hoop netting on the map for everybody back in 2005. I know you guys been doing it way longer, way better, but that is Kelly Girl's big whopper lobster. Okay. Yes, that is a tax write off if you donate to friend kid Rollo's Kids, taking kids fishing in Southern California. Rollo's Kids, a great organization. Anything you donate to them is an absolute 100% tax write off. And in the next couple weeks, we'll try to get Wayne back on the show because there's so much going on. They are right now. They want our sardines again. There's a big push to end fishing with live bait in Southern California. It's a never-ending battle. It's absolutely never-ending battle. So hopefully we get Wayne on the show, and maybe Chris, and we'll get some more clarification on all the things that are going on. But you always want to make sure you give to CCA California because what it takes to fight all this is money, gang. At the end of the day, it takes money. So we want to try to keep fishing open for our grandkids, for our children, and for our grandchildren. And CCA is the only voice we have at the table. So check that out. What now? They want they want the bait, Cubby. They want the bait. I get to fish the Bisbees with my good buddy Cubby again this year. I'm super excited. You guys will be out on the boat with Cub. We'll try to go live out there on the boat during the biggest money jackpot tournament on the planet. We'll be in the big Bisbees on Cubby's beautiful 68-foot Viking. We'll be paddling around out there with all the superstars of fishing. One thing they can't ever take away from you, though, Cub, you won the Bisbees. Well, there's nothing, they can never take that away, my friend. They can never take that away. There's not a lot of people that can say they won the world's largest money jackpot tournament in the world, but Kevin Cubby Paul has won the Bisbees. It's got a beautiful feather in your hat. You can't ever take that away, and I get the honor to go fish with you. I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be a great time, and yes, Dan Smith, my dad was fighting so hard to keep that bait open, and I can't believe we're back there again. It's a never-ending battle. It just doesn't even slow down, gang. It just never stops. But yeah, my dad was in the middle of that for years and years. What is Captain Dave, what is your prediction for offshore fishing in SoCal Bite for the coming months? El Nino and hurricanes pushing from your direction, but prevailing north winds pushing cold water from the other direction. Which winds? Well, if you look this weekend, unfortunately, if you go to our game plans when I post them this afternoon, we have a big north wind coming Friday, Saturday. Sunday is going to be beautiful, but hey, Arnie, nice to see you. What they're thinking about canceling the Little Bisbees, and thank you for the compliment on my beautiful shirt. But they're this wind that's coming, I believe that the push from the south is going to be way stronger than the push from the north. We're going to see some definite water change. It's going to be like a washing machine this weekend. And then you got this hurricane pushing up. There's a big swell coming, gang. The swell hit us this morning. It's already big down at the Cape Rock and all that stuff. It's a big south swell. It's going to keep pushing water up the coast. How far up will it push the water? I'm not sure, but if you guys even get a trickle of what we have right now, we have so much Dorado down here, and that Dorado stretches 200 miles up the coast from Cabo, and you get a couple of nice hurricane pushes with that stuff. You may have Dorado at Christmas. I don't really know. If you remember back about a month and a half ago, we had Chris Dunn, the the weatherman on the show. Oh, my daughter doesn't know what time it is. Kelly girl, if you could call Jewel, she's calling through, see what's okay. Everything's okay with the kids. Chris Dunn was saying that he believed that we were not going to really see the full effects of the El Nino until October, November. Well, we're in the middle of October, and you're seeing a little bit of it, but we got November still. So, according to Chris, and he's way smarter than I am. He's the San Diego weatherman. He's saying that you guys are going to be looking at a really phenomenal November as far as warm water goes in Southern California. So we'll just have to sit back, watch, and see what happens. Good afternoon, Captain Dave. With all this hooping going on, I rarely hear about anyone hooping the Coronado Islands because it's 1,000% illegal. Lobsters in Mexico are for the Mexican citizens, and you may buy lobsters in Mexico, but you cannot fish for lobsters in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, it would probably be very, very good down there hoop netting at the Coronado Islands. It'd probably be good hoop netting down here in Cabo. But lobsters in Mexico are for the Mexican citizens. You may purchase lobsters from the Mexican citizens, but you may not fish for lobsters in Mexico. That's why you don't hear anybody fishing at the Coronado Islands. And thank you very much for that. That is an awesome, awesome question, and that's going to help out so much with what I want to head into right now, John. My good buddy Pablo, running a phenomenal Fernandez Charters down there in San Diego out of Mission Bay. He has some great HoopNet open party trips on his beautiful boat set up to go out this in the next couple weeks. I'm telling you, it would be so cool to get. Thank you for that. Thank you for the tip. The sack. Thank you very much. And that QR code is right there in the top right-hand corner of the video here, gang. You can grab that QR code because a lot of people were having trouble with the stars or with trying to figure out how to tip on YouTube. You can grab that QR code. That's a Venmo straight to Kelly Girl. Help buy the animals some more food and help us get ready for this big hurricane. We don't know what's going to happen or how it's going to affect us, but you can grab that QR code right there and you can leave Kelly Girl a tip. But thank you, Zach, for that. And holy moly guacamole. I think that this lobster thing that Pablo's got going on down in San Diego and Mission Bay is an awesome way to get you out there on the water and go hooping. He's got trips scheduled, open party. He's got trips scheduled for you to come on his boat with him and go catch some lobsters. He's got all the gear. That's the really cool part. You just go with him, 4 people. But like he was saying, he'll go with one person because he just loves hooping, and then he gets to take lobsters home, and him and Kate get to eat lobsters for dinner. But if you guys want, write down this number, 714 oh, no, not that number. Where's that number? Hold on. I got the number. What was I thinking? It's right here on the Your Saltwater Guide, the site. 619-431-3070. And you can go fishing with Pablo and get some lobsters for the holidays. I'm telling you, if you serve lobsters on Thanksgiving, they will talk about you forever. And think about it. If you go with Pablo a couple times, you probably have lobsters to give away for Christmas. You want to get down there. If you're in San Diego, you want to go with Pablo. It's a phenomenal opportunity to go out there and learn how to do it so you can do it on your boat if you have a boat. If you don't have a boat, you can go with him and go out on his boat with him and fish in Mission Bay and go catch some lobsters and have some fun and go eat some beautiful lobsters for dinner. I'm telling you, you guys want to go out with Pablo. And then if you have, hey, Josh, thank you very, very much. Anybody that's sending us tips right now, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart because I don't know what's going to happen, gang. I'm going to hate to be on this show on Saturday trying to beg for a GoFundMe or something. I don't know what's going to happen to the town down here, but anything you can give us right now is going to help out. Kelly's shopping right now for all the animals to make sure The thing we're worried the most about is our outdoor cats that don't come in the house and refuse to come in. They've never seen a hurricane before, so I got to try to build them a little fort today. Get ready. Hopefully find them a little comfort because it's going to be pretty scary on Saturday. Even if the whole hurricane doesn't hit here, it's still going to be pretty scary. So I want you to think about this, though. Going hooping with Pablo, it's an easy experience. You can go by yourself or you can bring a friend and you can go with Pablo on his boat and go hoop netting. It's really good right now. He's doing very, very good. He's catching lots of lobsters. And those of you up in Orange County, Long Beach area, you can go with Justin up there. You can charter his boat, 4 people. You can go out on Justin and check him out. Go fishing with Justin. He runs a phenomenal operation up in that area. And there's no reason to not go. I'm telling you, give Justin a call at 951-703-9442. He's trying to put together some more trips. And if you've got 2 guys or something, 2 of you, and he may have a couple other people that want to go, you can get out with him and go catch some lobsters, gang. It's going to only get better. The longer the season goes, the better it gets. All right. Are you fishing in the Bisbees this year? Yes, I am. I'm fishing with my good buddy, Kevin Cubby Paul. And we're going to be cruising around on his beautiful 68-foot Viking, seeing if we can't stumble into a big, dumb blue or black marlin. So, yes, I will be with Kevin. And we will be going live from out on the boat, telling you what's going on and what's happening. Cap Dave, do you need a 2-speed reel? And if so, what species of fish? I mostly fish bottom, yellowtail, and cuda. No. If you're going to do that kind of fishing, here, let me show you something. I got something right here, I think. Yeah. Yep. This is my go-to reel. The Tesoro 5 Star Drag reel. Perfect for what we're talking about. If you're gonna go for that big tuna, if you're gonna go tuna fishing with the flat falls or the slow pitch carnata jigs or something like that, then yeah, I would suggest having a 2-speed reel because that end of that battle, you always want to click it into low gear. But if you're fishing for bass, barracuda, bonita, and rockfish, the Tesoro 5, this thing stands up to everything. I fish with these. You watch all my videos of me fishing. I'm using these things full speed. I have a blast using this. It's an old school star drag type of reel. I grew up fishing with Penn's 500s and Squidder Juniors. This reminds me of the old 501 pen when we would shrink down our jig masters. It's got a phenomenal gear ratio, 6.5 to 1. With the star drag, makes it very easy to fish with. Check out the Tesoro series reels at Okuma, gang. This is my go-to reel. Thank you very much for asking me that question. But I use those all the time. And then if I needed a 2-speed, if I was going to go tuna fishing, then I would definitely have the Anu Alejo series 12 2-speed reel. That thing it's a little monster. It's going to take good care of it. It's going to get it done. Yeah, they have 8 webcams down here in Cabo Dave Hill. Yep, but none of them have me on them. You're going to get live with Captain Dave Saturday from the beach in Cabo San Lucas. It's going to be cool. It's going to be unbelievable. Let's see. We got questions of hooping with frozen grunion, 7-pound Cotton's Point. Sam, you were using grunion for bait and you caught lobsters? That's crazy. I would have never thought. There's no oil or nothing in the grunion, so I wouldn't even think they would work at all. That's incredible that you were able to catch lobsters with grunion for bait. That is so weird. This is colored line, absolutely. We had it on on one of our trolling one of our Makaira reels that we used to troll with, and I cranked it off of there and put it on this reel. Color doesn't matter. You know why the color matters? Color matters because it catches fishermen. But the color of the braided line does not matter in the big scheme of things, because the first thing you're going to do on the end of this line is you're going to tie a piece of fluorocarbon. And then you're going to tie your hook. These aren't, like I say on my website, the fish that you're fishing for are not cartoon fish. They're not going to come flying up to the line, stop, look 5 feet up and go, oh, that's green braid, I can eat that. They're reacting to your bait. They're flying up to your bait. If you have a piece of fluorocarbon tied onto the hook, then they won't see it and they're going to eat your bait. But they're not looking up the line to where the braid is tied to the fluorocarbon. The only reason people use different colors is because they like different colors. The only reason I using this green on here is because I had a bunch of it on one of my Makyra 30s, and so I was able to fill 3 of my Tesoros up with that braided line. If I go back to fishing for marlin or trolling with the Makyra 30s, I'll have to put some different line on, but I was able to fill up 3 of my Tesoros with that braided line. The only reason I'm using color, if I had to pick, I'd use white. Always. Now, I'm not fishing nighttime slow pitch Carnata jigs out on a sport boat. I know white's going to be really hard to see in the dark. White's going to be easy to see in the dark, but any other color is going to be really hard to see in the dark. That's why they hate it when you come on the boat and fish with braided line, because most people don't pay attention to where their line's going and they cause big giant tangles. And it's so gnarly when you have a big giant tangle with that braided line, you can't really get around it. So it's really gnarly. All right, Chase, you have access to fresh salmon heads. Should I try these in my hoop net or just use typical mackerel sardines? Here's the deal with salmon heads. When people started using them and started talking about them and all that stuff, I went out and got some. And I was like, this sucks. It's a big, giant bone. You got to have a hacksaw. You got to have a electric knife. You have to have something to cut through the bones on the salmon heads. It's really hard to cut them up enough to put them into your bait tubes. So people use a salmon head inside the cage, those little cages. And let me tell you something. If you're using salmon heads, the California sea lion thinks you're the greatest human being on the planet. Salmon heads get sea lions full speed. I tell everybody that's not a member of my website, make sure you use those salmon heads. Everybody that is a member of my website, use the sardine, mackerel, anchovy, whatever they have at the bait barge. The fresher the bait, the better. Stinky bait does not work for lobster fishing, even though people say, oh, I caught them with stinky bait. You would have caught way more if you had fresh bait, I promise you. You would have had way more, but the salmon heads are so hard to deal with. It's just a big, giant mess to deal with. And you better have your receipt too, because if you have a new fish and wildlife agent, he can write that ticket because you're in possession of salmon heads in California when you're not even allowed to fish for salmon. No, I wouldn't use salmon heads ever. I don't want to go. If we have to only use salmon heads to go hooping, I'm not going. I'll stay home. I don't like sea lions, and I'm sure in the heck they ain't going to go out there and stare at sea lions all night swimming around my hoop net. Nope, I'm going to use the seal-proof bait tubes from Promar, or I'm going to use the seal-proof bait tubes that I make, and I'm not going... In order to try to get that salmon head in that bait tube, it's going to take so much work, so much extra work. And if anybody knows me, you know I'm super lazy. So if it requires a bunch of work, I'm not doing it. That's why I love sardines and anchovies. They slide right into the bait tube. I chop them all up real quick, and I just fill my bait tubes up with the sardine anchovy mix or mackerel, and it works flawlessly. But no, salmon heads, never. Never, ever, ever. One of our members called me up the other day and said he went out on a boat and they were using salmon heads and they couldn't even believe the amount of sea lions they had all over them. He's like, Dave talks about it on his show all the time, but he had never experienced it. He's new to hoop netting and he hadn't experienced it. He's like, oh my gosh, Josh, you and me were talking about it. Josh has a great story about his brother was told by someone that works at West Marine. I love West Marine, don't get me wrong, but that's not where I'm going to go to get knowledge on where to go fishing at or how to fish. Are you kidding me? I've been out on the water for 48 years. I've never, ever seen a West Marine out there driving around. So the last thing I want is someone at West Marine to tell me what I should be doing or how I should be doing it. But the guy at West Marine told Josh's brother that you want to get some salmon heads and you want to set them in the sun for a few days and let them get baked and really stinky. And then you want to use those. Can you imagine what a mess? Oh, wait a minute. Yes, Josh can imagine what a mess it is because Josh has a great story. He talked his brother out of using them after they attracted all the sea lions with them. But he didn't know what his brother had done with them. He left those things sitting on the bow of the boat in a bucket, just rotten, stinky, scuzzy, maggot-filled salmon heads, and then poor Josh accidentally dumped that bucket upside down in the middle of the night when he was trying to open the hatch to get some air and got the clean salmon scum up on the boat in the middle of the night. I'll bet you wish you had some of something fishy after that because I bet your hands stunk so bad and the boat stunk. This stuff is incredible, gang. If you haven't used this stuff yet, something's fishy, you want to go over there to the store and go to their online store, type in something's fishy, and then enter the code YSWG. You're going to save, I think, 10% on your purchase. And this stuff, you quick spray it on your hands, rub your hands together. No more fish smell. It makes this room smell very good because little Mar right here, he loves to mark everything, especially when he sees me, because he wants to make sure everybody knows this is his house. And so he's constantly marking. It makes this room stink really bad. But if I spray a little bit of something fishy in here, it takes away the smell immediately. Brandon over at Something Fishy, he's a chemist. He designed this himself. It's incredible. It works phenomenal. If you have any smell you can't get rid of, you spray this on, instant. Gone. The smell is gone. It's incredible. You want to try it out. Go check it out. Give it a shot. See what you think of this stuff. I'm telling you, when I met Josh at Pacific Coast Sport, or it's not Josh, sorry. When I met Brandon at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, and he told me about this stuff, I said, give me a bottle of it. I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to spray it in my monkey's room. And if it takes that smell away, I'll talk about it as much as I can on the show. Josh is not a paid sponsor. Josh has a product that absolutely works. That's why I talk about it. I promised him if it worked, I would talk about it. You have to try it to see. There's so many members now that are using this stuff. Shayla is selling it at the fish market. This is an incredible product. Yeah, you were pissed at your brother. That's for damn sure. But you guys got to try this. Something's fishy. It's going to change the smell of your house, the smell of your fishing tackle, the smell of your clothes, everything. The stuff is incredible. So check that out. And don't forget Deckhand Sports, a big part of our show. They are a big part. Dave and the guys over at Deckhand Sports came up with the most incredible design for a kill bag I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like this. And I'm telling you, this kill bag is incredible. Here, watch this little sizzle reel real fast. How about those little foam pieces in the bottom of that kill bag? Have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that before. I was blown away. It keeps the bag open. So the bag's not smushing on your fish. It keeps the bag held open. That was one of the most unbelievable things I'd ever seen when I saw that. I got the kill bag, and I got a little box with those foam pieces in it. And I was like, what in the heck do these do? And I had to watch the video. And then I was like, that's ingenious. Look at how it holds the bag open. Okay. Grab that QR code and look at all the great products that Dave and the guys over at Deckhand Sports have for you. They have cool little cooler bags to carry with your limits of lobsters home with you when you're done fishing lobsters. Also, the bigger kill bags hold water perfect. You can throw couple of wet towels in there, and you can have your lobsters live in your kill bag. Drive home with them in the kill bag. You're not putting them in your car. You're not putting them in a bucket. You're not doing all that. You have them in that beautiful Deckhand Sports kill bag. Take them right home. Drop them in the boiling water. There's so many things you can do with these kill bags. They're the most unbelievable kill bags I've ever seen. And the zipper. One of the mottos is take care of the zipper, and the zipper will take care of you. The zipper, the technology that Dave and his guys used over there, they didn't sew those zippers on. They welded them on, which I don't understand. It's a patented technology that he did, but I'll tell you what, it is a cool bag. If you want to look really cool when you're throwing your fish in a kill bag, you definitely want to have Deckhand Sports kill bag on your boat. And he has every size. You can carry those big bluefin in them, or you can carry your nice limits of white sea bass, or you can carry your lobsters in them. Go over there and check it out. Grab the QR code now. Grab it at the end of the show, whenever. Check it out. You're going to save 15% because of the show. The QR code is going to allow you to save 15%. Those of you that are driving around, watching, listening to the show on the podcast, go to Deckhand Sports. Put in the code YSWG and the number 15. That'll save you 15% on your plethora of products over there. They have something for everybody and everything as far as fishing goes. You won't believe it. And now I saw a video yesterday. They're making rod covers. They're making everything. There's nothing he's leaving off the table. He has it all for you. So go check it out over there. Gang, we got about 15 more minutes. If you have any burning questions, if you want me to talk about anything at all, because I got thrown off by my beautiful wife not being on here because she had to take care of all the animals because the big hurricane that's coming. So if you have anything, send me your message. Send me a question, 949-374-0786, or throw it up on the boards here. We will do anything we can to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll make up one that sounds really cool. Captain Dave, do you have a trick for cutting up sardines, anchovies for lobster bait? Ryan from Slay Day makes a chopper. Thank you. Ryan's a good friend of mine. If you remember, he was a guest on the podcast the first time we brought a guest on. Ryan was my first guest. Slay Day. If you go look at it, what he's got going on, he makes a great chopper. You throw your sardines in the bucket. You take that chopper, chop them up a little bit, grab handfuls of it, and throw it in your tubes. I think that's an ingenious product. It looks like it would work phenomenal. I don't know why it wouldn't work. It looks like it would work phenomenal. If you're going to be into this lobster thing, I would definitely go over to Slay Day and get one of Ryan's choppers. You can go to slayday.com, see what I'm talking about. He has boats for rent. You can go hoop netting on his boats at night. You can also purchase that chopper and get that. You won't believe it. Ryan's a great guy, and he's got a great deal going on over there. You want to check him out. He's a very, very good human being. That's why I had him on my show. We're going to try to get Dave from Deckhand Sports on the show. Hopefully he'll have time to be on the show and he can talk more about those bitch and kill bags because, gang, there's so much. I mean, I could have a whole show, and I want to have a whole show with Dave on here talking about how great those bags are because they pretty much will cover everything you want to do. They got you covered 100% on everything that you want to do. You can't come up with an idea and stump Dave because he's covered everything. He's a fisherman. He fishes. He's a member of our website. That's how him and I got to meet each other, just out of the clear blue sky. He's a good human also. So you want to check out his products. He's based out of Southern California. It's a family-owned business. Nothing better than supporting families. Those other bags, you have no idea where they come from. So check out Deckhand Sports. Check out Sleigh Day. Ryan and the boys over at Sleigh Day. Ryan's another phenomenal human running a family-owned business out of Southern California. We need to support our own. We need to support our own family-owned businesses, just like I was talking about yesterday. And we'll have Tommy Gomes on the show here soon again. Hey, Marley came flying by me. I don't know if you guys saw him, but he was flying. You want a worm? Look at this. He wants a worm. These are what his favorite food. These great big giant mealworms. Here, Marley. Here you go. There you go. Get him. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, but he wants a wormy. But yeah, get him. Get him. I'm sorry. Got thrown off for a minute. Gang, you want to check out my website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. We got everything you need to be successful. If you're tired of sucking at fishing, go check out my website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. It's the best, right, Mike? It's pretty cool. Mike was able to come down here to Cabo and feed Marley. Marley's a good little dude. You going to get that? What are you doing? Nope, he doesn't know what he wants. He wants to be on the show. He wants to know why mom's not in here on a Thursday. You're a smart little monkey. I know. I don't know why. She's taking care of you guys. She's getting you guys supplies for the big hurricane. Gang, make sure you have a flag flying on your boat too. If you're a member of my website, it's super important to have a flag flying on your boat. The flags are available at yoursaltwaterguide.com. We'll get you a flag out as soon as we can. And I got so much going on. It's so much cool stuff. So many people are texting me about the hurricane. We're going to keep an eye on it, gang. We're going to keep everybody aware of what's going on down here. It could be bad. It could be good. We'll find out together. We're all going to find out together. Right now, windy.com and EB Mike show the hurricane coming into Cabo on Saturday around noontime. Let me throw this back up there. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, this is the hurricane that's just below Cabo right now. That is it. And it gets going pretty good. Saturday, it comes crashing into the point to Cabo San Lucas itself. We shall see what happens. There's so many different scenarios, and it can go left, right. It can keep going the way it's going. We don't know what's going to happen, but that's why Kelly Girl's not here, because she's out. This will be Kelly Girl's first hurricane in the 5 years we've lived down here. The last couple of hurricanes that came through here, she was up at her mom's house for one, and she was at my dad's house for the other one. So we just have to see what's going to happen. But she's very worried about it, as you should be if you got a hurricane coming and you got time to get ready. So she's taking care of everything. That's why she's not here. She apologizes. She left some comments on the show. But I guess we just see what happens, gang. If you got any questions, feel free to send them in, 949-374-0786. We got so many good things going on at the website, Your Saltwater Guide, and so many good people. And you can jump on the community section on the website. Dave over at Deckhand Sports, he watches the comments. You can ask him anything you want over there. He'll be more than happy to answer your questions about his phenomenal products at Deckhand Sports. You'll be able to see it, talk to him, find out all about it. You can go right on the community and do that. Also, you guys can jump on that QR code that I put up there, and you can kind of contact him through there. Also, he'll answer any questions you might have. That's the real cool thing about Your Saltwater Guide. We're building up a phenomenal community of fishermen taking care of fishermen. And we're all just family oriented, and we're all based out of Southern California. So you're just helping out families when you buy our products, or any products that are mentioned on the show. You're just helping out family owned businesses, gang. And there's nothing wrong with that. if we don't get any more questions here, I think we're going to wrap this up a little bit early because Captain Dave's got a bunch of stuff to do to get ready for this fiasco that's coming down the pipe. I hope I don't have anything major to report on Saturday. I hope it's a nice mellow day here in Cabo San Lucas, but you never know. It is a hurricane. It is a hurricane. So we will see what happens, gang. If you're thinking about going out fishing this weekend, I want you to check out my game plans at yoursaltwaterguide.com. The game plans come out every Thursday at 3:30 in the afternoon. We cover all the areas from the Channel Islands down to the Coronado Islands. We get Justin to report. We get Pablo's report. We got myself reporting. We're kind of in with all the people up and down the California coast. We kind of got an in. When I call people, they actually answer the phone. Yeah. Thanks, Dave, for answering all these great questions. See what I mean? Dave's right there. I didn't even know he was on watching the show, but he's right here answering your questions. He's there for you. You can't get any better than that, gang. Find one of those other companies that sell kill bags. See if you can find the guys, if you can find any way to get a hold of them. We got it right here live, plus on the website, constantly right there to answer all your questions. Pablo, same thing. Pablo's always there to answer the phone and answer all your questions. Same with Justin. All three of us, phone numbers are plastered all over the website. You can call us anytime you want. We'll do our very best to make sure that you don't have to suck at fishing unless you're totally into it. Do I have a sneak preview for tomorrow? Absolutely. Look at this. Let me see. I think I got a little video. Let's see. Yep. Watch this. That's Fish for Life, gang. Jim Holden and my sister will be with us tomorrow, and we'll be talking about Fish for Life and what. There you go. We got it. There you go. That's the best partner. Get them together. Look it over here. Nice. What a phenomenal organization. Sorry about that. What a phenomenal organization, Fish for Life. Jim Holden and my sister will be with us tomorrow on the show talking about what a phenomenal organization this is and how it's changed so many children's lives. That red carpet, they announce each and every child. They come down that red carpet. It's better than any sporting event out there, gang. These totally changes these children's lives. A lot of these children have never, ever done anything out in public like this, that it awakens them. These are all special needs children that need somewhere to express themselves. And my father, my sister, and Jim Holden have been an integral part of Fish for Life for a very long time. And if you don't know what this is or what it's all about, please do not miss the show tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. And if you have to work, make sure you listen to it afterwards. Those of you listen to the podcast all the time, it's going to change your life. If you're listening to it when you're driving around, you may want to pull over and park for a little while because it's definitely a life-changing deal. And to watch these children light up and to watch the different effects that just fishing in it. And like I talk about all the time, fishing absolutely changed my life, changed Devin's life, changes everybody that's a part of this life. And then when you see it actually affect these children with the special needs and everything and they've not been given the greatest, they've not been dealt the greatest hand in life, but boy, just getting them out there on the water and watching them change and watching all the cool things that happen, it's pretty spectacular. I just want to make sure that you all understand what's going on and you don't miss out on that. Would you ever use a chum bucket around a tuna foamer? No, because what happens when you're offshore with that chum bucket. That thing's chumming and you're drifting and it doesn't have an effect on it. Chum buckets are normally for when you're anchored on a spot trying to draw the fish off the rocks and get them to swim to your boat. When you have a chum bucket like Devo and I used to do with his brother, we used to fish sharks off of Dana Point, and we'd have a big bucket on the boat full of chum, and you can build up a nice chum slick, and the sharks would come in the chum slick and stuff like that. But as far as tuna and stuff like that goes, with the chum bucket, it's not going to be effective. It's not going to work the same way as you do when you're chumming for sharks. It's a totally different thing. So that's what I think about that. Thank you, Brian. We'll do our best to stay as safe as we can. We'll see what happens, gang. This is going to be kind of a different experience going through this hurricane. I know you've all been through hurricanes and you know way more about them than we do, but we're going to see what happens. Let's all just hope that this doesn't affect Cabo and it doesn't come banging in here, because right now is the worst time in the possible history of Cabo for a hurricane to come in here. There are so many people here just talking. Forget about the tourists, forget about everything else. Every piece of land down here, every piece of dirt is being built on. So there are so many people here just working. So it's going to be amazing. If this thing hits here, it's going to be a big giant loss of life. And then every hotel's full. It's tournament time. The harbor's packed. Everywhere's full of people. So we're just going to have to see what happens and stay tuned, and don't miss Fish for Life tomorrow with Donna and Jim Holden. It'll be a great show. I'm super excited, looking forward to it. And then those of you that can't make it tomorrow, remember Saturday, we're going to do a live show from down on the water somewhere in Cabo San Lucas, seeing what this hurricane's doing. Remember, gang, be safe out there. Try to turn off the news. They're all lying to you. Let's see what happens next couple days. Keep an eye on windy.com. That's your easiest way to see what this hurricane's doing. I'll try to keep you all up on what's going on. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for being here for us. Thanks for all the support you give Kelly and I. Thanks for all the stars and all the tips and all the Venmos and everything else. Those of you that see that little QR code up in the corner, that's a Venmo to Kelly's account. For those of you that couldn't figure out the stars and the tips, thank you all very, very much. See you tomorrow. Have a great